recording has started.
Okay, well, hello and welcome to today's webinar. Powell Software, the European software vendor, is teaming up with our partner, Sharepoint Revolution, the solution development and consulting company, to bring you some insight on how to cut time and costs creating your Office 365 portal and increase employee engagement. So I'm here with Larry. He is the CEO of Sharepoint Revolution and our solutions specialist today. Larry has over 20 years experience with collaborative solutions, process optimization, and digital transformation. Then we have Antoine. Antoine is the CEO of Powell 365 US. And, before even joining the Powell 365 team, Antoine actually held quite a few top positions at Microsoft. And finally, my name is Karina. I am the Powell 365 Marketing Manager, and I'm here to walk you through our webinar today. Let's check out our agenda. First thing on the agenda, Larry will be giving us his 8 keys on how to make a compelling intranet. Then we'll turn it over to Antoine, who will give us a short presentation on why your company should choose Powell 365. He's also going to give you a first-hand look at the solution with a quick demo. Then after the demo, we'll hand the mic back to Larry, actually. He's going to explain the next steps to move forward in the personalization of your Powell 365 intranet. And we'll wrap up with a short Q&A session. So let's get started. Larry, you have the floor.
Okay, great. Thank you, Karina. And thank you for coming to our webinar today. We appreciate it. We plan to make it worth your time. As Karina's already said, I'm the CEO of Sharepoint Revolution. Just want to let you know that we're in Asheville, North Carolina in the USA. And our mission is to transform your business through process optimization. Our specialties include, among other things, workflow automation, document automation, and collaboration solutions. And we are very proud to be a partner of Powell 365. And so today I am going to share 8 keys to making a compelling intranet. These are things that we've learned over the years. We've been involved in SharePoint for many years. And we have found that these are things that will make an intranet easy for the user adoption and make it more compelling than if you don't follow these keys. So let's start with key number 1. So tip number 1 is to make your intranet beautiful. Make it inviting and make people want to come because it looks nice. We'll talk about content later, but you don't want to just have a plain vanilla out of the box, SharePoint, theme. It's always best to spice it up and to make it look good. You don't have to do that just for public sites, but your internal sites need to look good as well, just even to honor your own employees. So tip number 2, make it easy to navigate and easy to use. Everybody wants to be able to get around easy, and just make it intuitive so it's not hard to get anywhere. You can find things quickly. Tip number 3. For a compelling intranet is to keep it fresh. You want to keep your data fresh. Some of it requires manual, editing, which is very easy in SharePoint. Some of it will just be automatic things like RSS feeds and Yammer and Twitter. They will feed new content, continuously without any further interaction, by an administrator. Tip number 4 is make it interesting. Put great content on your intranet. Make it so people will want to come in order to see what's going on and to see information about their job and just to keep in the know within the company. Tip number 5 is make it essential. So tip number 4 was make them want to come. Tip number 5 is make them have to come to get their job done. So they'll want to come to do things like manage projects, to collaborate with other users, and just to get things done like a PTO request or something like that. Tip number 6 is make it mobile friendly. We're in a mobile first, cloud first, generation, and it's not good enough anymore to just be targeted for a laptop or a desktop. And a couple years back, we used to make sites that did real well on a laptop, but they didn't look so great operate very well on a mobile. And now today it's a necessity. And tip number 7 is to personalize it. You're going to want to put your people in groups, and each group or each team is going to be able to see information that pertains just to them as necessary, and things that are interesting to them, and things that are pertinent to them, and things that they need to see. Also, you make it pertinent to the individual based on their login. There's some things that only they will need to see or want to see. And last, tip number 8 is make it fun. Make people want to be there. Make it social, and let people have a good time on your intranet. These are some things that we've found over the years that if you'll follow, it will make your intranet easier to adopt and more engaging for your employees. And now I'm going to turn it back to Corinne.
Thank you, Larry. That was really great insight. But how about we turn it over to Antoine so we can learn a little bit more about the Powell 365 intranet. Antoine.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Karina, and thank you, Larry, for giving us, providing these keys. And now let me explain you how Powell 365 can help you turn these keys in order to offer an intranet portal that makes your teams more productive, that makes your organization more productive by enabling your teams better communicate and better collaborate together. And Powell 365, this is an intranet portal solution that is based on Office 365, the Microsoft Office 365 suite. This is a very popular suite on the market that has been adopted by many companies. And within this suite of features, there are really great solutions like SharePoint, Yammer, Office 365 Video, a tool, for example, like Delve that enable your coworkers to find very easily the last documents they have worked on, but also the last documents of the other people they are working with, if these people have put their documents have stored the document following specific rules. We also have Power BI, we have Dynamic CRM Online. So all these great features are available within Office 365, but they are actually out of the box. They are available through the list of tiles or squares that you can see in the middle. And this may be a little bit daunting for the end user to click on these different tiles and in order to find the right information. So what we propose is to unify all these great features together into one single digital workplace where the end users are going to find really the information they need to do their daily job and to better communicate and better collaborate. And this is based, this digital workplace is based on intranet, on templates that we can very easily customize in order to answer to the specific roles of each person within an organization. And the idea, so it is ready to push the information toward the end user through this kind of single pane of glass where the end users are going to find exactly the information they need in order to be more productive. And of course, so Larry was talking about having a solution that is available on multiple forms of devices. And that is, of course, the case of Powell 365 that will be available on a laptop, on tablets, or on mobiles through a very powerful responsive design. So what I propose is to show you the solution through a demo. I think that it would be much better than any further slide. So if I can, can I share my screen, Larry?
Certainly. Here we go. One moment. Right here, it's coming your way.
All right, show my screen. Okay.
Okay, I can see your screen. Good.
Very good. Okay. So, and here, as you can see, so this is a demo environment of Powell 365. And this is actually a SharePoint website that has been completely configured as the home page of an intranet portal for a company. And you know, so I can show you that it is Office 365 behind. If I click on the little plus here on the top left corner, I can see Office 365 SharePoint. And here, you know, so I can find all the tiles that I was talking to in the slide earlier. But instead of having to click on these different tiles in order to get access to the information, what I propose is to show you this information in a way that is more compelling. And so as you can see in this intranet portal, I will have a navigation menu at the top, a navigation bar. I can have access to the departments, to some projects, to some communities. So I will go further through that later on. And here you see I have a carousel of news with the key news of my companies, the key events. And of course, you know, so if I click, for example, on See All News, I will see all the news of my companies. So I can actually deep dive. And if I scroll down, you will see information that are more related to my department. You will see the new people that got hired, the job offers, the last project that I am working on. And as you can see, so we have a great look and feel in order to highlight these different projects. And this is not only about communication, but it is also about collaborating with each other. And that is why we have integrated in Powell 365 Yammer, so the Microsoft Enterprise Social Platform. And you can see Yammer here through the feed of posts that are available on the left part. And if I click on View More, I can directly interact with people of my community through Yammer directly from Powell 365. And I can even add any kind of files from SharePoint from my own laptop and so on. Okay, so this is here the integration with Yammer, and here on the right part you will see the integration with Delve, the tool I was talking about. You can find the last document I am working on, but you will also find the last document that my co-workers are working on. Okay. And each time, actually, if I want to know more, I always have this button, See More, that will allow me either to deep dive into Powell 365 or directly to move to the Office 365 platform. So, you know, so for example, if I click here on See More, I'm going to go, I will go into Delve, and I will have all the details that Delve can bring if needed. Okay. So this is to show you that Powell 365, this is a UX layer on top of Office 365, which means actually that all the information remain stored within Office 365. And you can see also here a list of videos from Office 365 videos, and I have a viewer directly in Powell 365 in order to view these videos that are much more used actually within companies, especially for training purposes. So this is the home page, but after that, of course, as I said, I can, for example, go to a department, and you will find a page that is adapted here, in this case, to the finance department, with some key news related to finance. And you can see that here we have integrated some charts coming either from our dynamic CRM online system or coming from Power BI. Okay, so here I have a list of tasks to do that are stored in CRM, and here I have a dashboard, my revenue that comes from Power BI. And we are completely integrated with a solution like Power BI. Once again, if I click on the little plus, I will directly go into Power BI, where I can have further information, where I can deep dive, knowing that Powell 365 is going to give me the first level of information that I need. Okay, and if I scroll down, you can see a library of documents, events, and so on. And same for projects. What I also wanted to show you this notion of communities that is much more and more important in organization, where people are really to work horizontally across multiple departments. That is why we are talking about communities that share a same objective, same interest. And as you can see in this community template page, we have completely embedded the Microsoft Enterprise Social Network that is Yammer. And as you can see, I will be able to update my community about some information. I will be able to do some announcements. I will be able actually to create a quick poll. On the right side, I have access to the key documents of my community. I can directly share through Yammer with a little Y that is available here. I have a full-fledged media gallery with video content, with picture content, and I can also share all this content through Yammer. And of course, if I click on See More, I will get access to another page with all my media gallery, and I can filter by author, by date of creation, and so on. Okay, this is here. So this is actually a demo environment that we can completely configure for the needs of a specific customer, for your needs. And I will show you, for example, that we have created another environment for the retail industry that is called Powell 365 for Retail. And so actually today it is with a specific branding for one of our customers. But as you can see, for example, here I have stores that we have created. So because we are in a retail environment, we have these notions of sales regions and these notions of stores that we have created. And for example, so if I click on the EMEA region, I will see the environment of the EMEA sales director, for example. And he can have a look on the results of the last marketing campaign. He has a look on specific news. But here, for example, he also has access to the different stores he is in charge of. Okay. And if I click, for example, of one of these stores, I'm going to be in the environment of a store manager with actually the store dashboard. So as you can see, and here, for example, we have Power BI that is very much highlighted with all these charts that are showing up about the performance of my store. I have also an external widget with, for example, the weather forecast, where this store is located. And here, for example, I have access to some people as a support. And I can, another feature, for example, for this solution, I can directly, for example, Skype, chat with someone directly from the portal, or I can also directly send him an email. So all that is completely integrated. All the features of Powell 365 are completely integrated. And now, very briefly, let me show you how we do that. And we do that through a tool that is called Powell Manager. And in Powell Manager, this is the tool where we are going to design all that without any custom development. And that is actually the big strength of this tool. It is that a partner like SharePoint Revolution, along with you, you will be able to implement all this solution in a very efficient way, saving actually money and time and focusing on usage. Because all that is done without any custom development. Okay. For example, I will show you how you can add your own brands and your own colors in this portal. Here you have the different colors of the portal. Here you have the different fonts. Okay. And here you choose the logo that you will put at the top left corner. Actually, if you want to do things that are much more complicated, you can do them here. You can do them here through a custom CSS, but already in 2 minutes, you can transform this intranet portal based on your branding. And same, for example, I show you some templates of pages. But here, for example, so you have, I will show you all the list of page templates that are available, okay? And that actually you will be able to pick and to change for your specific needs, okay? And after that, so I will show you, for example, how it looks like, how you change a portal. This is very easy, okay? So here you see I have, for example, I have a portal, the Power BI widget here with some news here. But for example, if I want to change the Power BI by the weather forecast, I do it here, okay? And for example, here, for example, I have Yammer that is available. But for example, if I want to change how many news in Yammer I will have, I can do it here. You know, I can change actually all the display. Everything actually can be configured from this Powell Manager engine. Okay, so that was a very quick overview of Powell 365 and Powell Manager. I propose that we go back to the presentation.
All right, I will. Hey, that was great. I love seeing this program every time. I'm going to send the presentation back to Karina, and we'll go down the home stretch here.
Yeah, so just to summarize what we believe it is that with Powell 365, we enable you to significantly cut the Office 365 implementation time and cost. Okay, so based on our studies, this reduction is by a factor 2 to 4, and it is based on real examples. And also, we will really help you maximize your Office 365 investment by having your coworkers really use features like Sharepoint, Yammer. It means that the investments that you have done on Office 365 will really be worth it. And now, so in terms of prices, it is all the more worth it that our pricing is very competitive. As you can see, for 1,000 users, we have a price that ranges from $1.20 up to $2 per user per month. And our objective is really to make Powell 365 a no-brainer for our customers to implement the solution and to help them accelerate the usage of Office 365. And of course, because we are a cloud solution, all the updates are available as part of this price list. And if you go to the next slide, Karina, yes, so as I said, our objective it is to accelerate the implementation time. It is to reduce the implementation cost in order to focus on what is much more important for the companies. It is to focus on, okay, what are my real business needs? How am I going to have my user adopt this solution? How can I get this solution evolve based on the changes in my business? So that is why. So with Powell 365, we see a shift from projects that are very custom development oriented to projects that are business oriented, that are oriented about usage, about how do I make this environment really productive for my coworkers. And having said that, I'm going to hand over to Larry, who is going to explain you, to propose you some steps to move forward. Please, Larry.
All right, be happy to. Well, one of the most important things we could do next for those of you who are interested is to do a proof of concept with you. Within this proof of concept, we would clarify your requirements and scope, and then we would confirm that our proposed solution addresses your requirements, and this would also be a time to establish a budget. And we can typically, it could range a little bit, but we can typically do this in one day. We could have a meaningful proof of concept, so it's 8 hours. And I'll go back to that in just one second. Let me address these points on the right. Once we are actually working with you beyond the proof of concept, we're going to be using an agile methodology in our project management. And so we will be doing short iterative workshops that we call sprints, and we will deliver concrete results quickly, instead of going away with a lot of requirements and coming back a month or two later and showing you what we built. It's much more interactive than that, much quicker. And this enables us to focus on your key business value, and it also helps us identify and handle risks early on. So with that in mind, we normal price to do a proof of concept of 8 hours is $1,600. And for those of you who are attending the webinar, we wanted to offer a special incentive for you, and that is half price. So we will do the proof of concept of 8 hours for just $800. And when you're done with the proof of concept, you will have a working model that will be personalized to your site, to your people, and it's something that you can demonstrate within your company to show others, to maybe get them on board as well. So if you are interested in doing that, please contact me. You'll see my contact information will come up again at the last slide, I believe. And so that's all I have. Do we have any questions, Karina?
Yeah,
If anybody has a final question, this will be your time to ask it. Looks like we have a couple, but any more that please, the floor is still open for about 2 more minutes. Go ahead, Karina. Sorry. What questions do we have?
Yeah, okay, no worries. So yeah, I was going to say we're opening the floor for the listeners. So if you do have any questions, please ask us. I see one here. What are the Microsoft licenses I need to use Powell 365? So I give it to Antoine or Larry.
Sure. Basically, any of the Office 365 subscriptions, you can actually use the K1. The K1 is the kiosk one. That's a lower price subscription with lower functionality, and it reduces the functionality a little bit for Powell as well. But any of the others that are, the business essentials and the E1, E2, E3, all those will give you full functionality, in Powell.
Awesome. So we've got about a minute left, so I'm just going to conclude really quickly.
Sorry, I was muted. What I wanted actually to say in addition to that is that what you need is an Office 365 license with SharePoint. Okay, so SharePoint,
absolutely.
It is the basis. So K1, of course, E1, E3, E5, as Larry said, and also some business enterprise licenses, all the ones with SharePoint within it.
Awesome. So we're just about 30 minutes in here, so I'm going to just slip on over to our last slide and conclude. And I really just want to thank everyone for tuning in to our webinar today. If you'd like some more information, please do not hesitate to contact either of our speakers today. You have their information right here up on the screen. And also, don't forget to visit the Powell 365 website, as well as the SharePoint Revolution website. So it's powell-365.com, and it's sharepointrev.com. And again, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, everybody.
I would also like to say thank you. Y'all have a good day, and thank you, Karina and Antoine. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.